Hello everyone, I am Chan Sii Yii from Merit Courage, and today I'll be discussing the Maths Coursebook examination practice of the I'm guessing angles and shapes chapters. Okay, so let's talk about question 1. Find x in each figure and give reasons. So let's look at 1a. Okay, so for 1a, it's quite obvious because you can see a C shape right here. And if you recall, for the lessons that we learned in verse 7 for the angles, a C shape is basically a co-interior angle. And co-interior angles are different from corresponding angles and alternate angles because for corresponding angles and alternate angles, the angles are equivalent. But to find a co-interior angle, you need to use 180 degrees minus the degrees that is already given inside. So here, in this case, is 81 degrees, and you get 99 degrees. Okay, that's how you find an angle in a co-interior angle. And the reason for this will be it's because it is a co-interior angle. So that is 1a. Now 1b. Okay, so just now the shape that we saw was a C shape here, but because there's no angle here, but the angle is right over here, the full shape is supposed to be an F shape. And now if you recall for the year 7 lessons also, an F shape basically equals to a corresponding angle. But of course, not all corresponding angles, alternate angles, co-interior angles will have these very direct shapes for you to identify if they are a corresponding angle or not. Okay, but it's basically the angle simple like this. And as I said just now, the values of corresponding angles are equal. So for 1b, the answer for x is 65. The reason will be it's a corresponding angle. Moving on, question 1c. Okay, as you can see, this is a isosceles angle. Sorry, oh my god. This is a isosceles triangle. And we know that the sum of the interior of the triangle is always equal to 180. And as this is a isosceles triangle, the angles of both of the sides will be the same. They've only given us the angle on the top, so what we have to do is 180. This is the sum of the interior angle of a triangle. We're going to subtract 30 and get 150. And then because x equals to this angle right here, you're going to get 150 divided by 2, and you'll get 75 degrees. Reason being, it is angles in isosceles triangle. Okay, let's go to 1D. Now 1D, this is a parallelogram. As you can see, all these here, they are parallel to each other, and so that it is a parallelogram. Now, recalling to year 7, now, we've learned that the opposites angles in a parallelogram are all equal. And as you can see here, x is opposite to this angle here. So, the value of x will just be 112 degrees. Reason being, opposite angle in a parallelogram are equal. Okay, question 1e. for question 1E, so as you can see here, here it is a quadrilateral, but this is a isosceles triangle. So first, let's find the angle in the quadrilateral first. So we're going to use 360 degrees because that is the angle sum of a quadrilateral, minus 110 degrees, minus 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees, because here, and then you're going to get 70 degrees. But that will not be the answer to x because there's an isosceles angle here. So we're going to use an angle sum, the sum of a triangle, 180 degrees minus 70 degrees, you're going to get 110 degrees. So x will be equal to 110 degrees. Reason will be angle sum in a quadrilateral and angle sum in a isosceles triangle. Moving on, question 1F. Okay, this is also a isosceles triangle, as you can see from the angles here. So to find this answer for x, we can identify that this is a alternate angle. So the angle here, I'm just going to put y will equal to x. Okay, so first, let's use 180 subtracted by 35 degrees. You're going to get 145 degrees because it's an isosceles angle. This angle here, and also this angle here, will be equivalent to each other. So you're going to use 145 degrees. You're going to divide it by 2. You're going to get 72.5 degrees. Reason being, it is a angle sum in an isosceles triangle. And you can also write alternate angle. Now, moving on, we're done with question 1. Let's move on to question 2. Question 2 is study the triangle. Question 2a, explain why x plus y equals 90 degrees. Okay, so here it already shows that this part is 90 degrees, and we have covered that the angle sum in a triangle is 180 degrees. So if you want to show your working, you can use 180 degrees minus 90 degrees, which is here, and then you get 90 degrees. And the 90 degrees is basically the sum of x and y. So when you add 90 and 90 together, you're going to get the angle sum of a triangle. So you can write it is because it is a angle sum of a triangle, which is 180 degrees. Now to B, find y if x equals 37. Now we're going to apply the angle sum of a triangle here and the 90 degrees that we already have. So you're going to get 180 degrees, you're going to minus 90 degrees, minus 37 degrees, because x equals 37 degrees, and we're going to directly get 53 degrees, which is y. Okay, now question 3. What is the sum of an interior angles of a regular hexagon? Now, if you remember the formula to find the interior angles of a regular polygon, it is n minus 2 times 180. and a review. And to recall, a hexagon has 6 sides, and n represents the number of sides in the polygon. So we're going to substitute 6 into it. So it's going to be 6 minus 2, we're going to get 180. And then times 180 degrees, and then we're going to get 720 degrees. And this is the final answer. Okay, question 4a. What is the sum of exterior angles of a convex polygon with 15 sides? Now, the details given here that it has 15 sides, it doesn't really matter because you are just finding the sum of the exterior angles of a convex polygon, okay, of polygon. So if you recall, the sum of an exterior angle of a polygon is always going to be 360 degrees. Okay, so if you forgot this, this is a chance for you to revise. Now, for B, what is the size of each interior angle in this polygon? Now, keyword here is each exterior angle in this polygon. To find each of the exterior angle in a polygon, we're going to use 360 divided by 5, because it is a convex polygon, like a regular. Okay, it's a convex polygon, so you can get 24 degrees. That's how you find size of each exterior angle in a polygon. Okay, let's move on to question 5. Okay, question 5, explain why x equals y in the following figures. Now let's see. Alright, why does x equals y? Why does x equals y here? Now, as you can see, y is at the exterior angle of the triangle. It is outside of it, not inside of the triangle. And if you recall from year 7, you will remember that exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. Okay? So let me just finish writing. The exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. So plus negative y. Okay? Let's move on to 5b. Why does x equals y? Okay. So let's look at the full picture. If you look at the place here, you will notice that y, it is a vertically opposite angle. It's a vertically opposite angle, so it means that the value, the angle here, is also equal to y. And as we learned just now, opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal, so y equals to x. Okay? So let me just write that down. Opposite angle in a parallelogram are equal. Okay, so this is the answers for the examination practice. Okay, so now I'll be moving on to the past paper questions. Question 1. A regular polygon has an interior angle of 172 degrees. Find the number of sides of this polygon. Okay, so to find the number of sides of a polygon from its given interior angle, we'll have to use 180 minus this, then we'll get 8 degrees. We're going to use 630 degrees divided by 8 degrees, you're going to get 45 sides. Now, to put into picture, for example, I'm just going to draw this random polygon. So all the sides here are equal to 172 degrees. And outside here, we have another angle. We're going to put this x. So as you can see, this is a angle on a straight line. So that's why we're using 180 degrees minus 172 degrees. And then that will equal to x, which is 8 over here. So 8 equals to each of the exterior angles. And if you want to find the sides, you'll be needing the exterior angle, each of them, when you divide it by, oh, no, we're going to use the exterior angle divided by each of them, and then we're going to get the sides. And then same way around, if you want to find each of the angles of the exterior angles, you're going to use the exterior angle divided by sides, and you get each of them. Okay. Let's move on. Question 2a. Find the value of x. This is also really direct. We've covered just now that alternate angles, it's a Z shape, Z shape. Okay? So they are equivalent to each other, so x equals 47 degrees. Now, they didn't specify for you to write the reason, but I will write it down just for you guys to see. Okay. Alternate angle, the reason. Now, question 2b, find the value of y. Okay, so this is a quadrilateral. So if you recall, the angle sum of a quadrilateral is 260 degrees. We're just missing this one angle over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve for the angle in a quadrilateral first. We're going to use 360 degrees minus 150 minus 85 degrees minus 97 degrees. And we're going to get 63 degrees. And then, as you can see here, this is a straight line. And a straight line equals to 180. And since you want to find y, you're going to use 180 minus 63 degrees, you can get 117 degrees. So you don't have to write the reason because it's specified for you to write the reason, but the reason is basically angle sum in a quadrilateral and angle on a straight line, okay, with 180 degrees. So these are the answers for the examination practice and also the past year papers in the Coursebook regarding the chapter of angles and shapes. So thank you for listening.